3 stages of marriage. The real problem is between them all is that everything that is going on between them would not have happened if they all had gone through all 3 stages of life before marriage. Most everyone goes to stage 1, meet someone and get antiquated and spend a lot of time with and become somewhat friends. Stage 2, this is the one we miss. Stage 3, we get married. The many things that come up, we start to fight over little things and even the big things. Then the fighting gets bad and then we tend to leave and get divorced, for the both of them just cannot get along any longer. Now if they had done stage 2, this would not have happened. Stage 2, this is the most important things before you even consider marriage, is to sit and talk about everything that you want to do, where you want to live, how many children, what religion to raise your children, all the things that will come up from day to day, and when the time comes when it does happen you both know where you stand and what has to be done. For then there is not fight to see who will get their way, and they both know what has to be done and they both do it. There are some websites that have over 100 questions that each of you should ask each other and then come to an understanding when the many things that come up that you have already decided on what has to be done. Like the TP goes under, for if you have cats and kids, if the child hits the TP it goes all over the floor. If it is under it just goes around and around. Something as meaningless like which way the TP goes and cause a big fight and might last for a week before they decide on which way it should go. This is why this stage is the most important within anyone's friendship, is at this point it could make or break their friendship. This stage is also when you spend enough time together and become real good friends and got past many things that have come up. Then this is when I call the relationship stage 2. We go from becoming friends to having a good relationship, for now we seem to get to trust each other and spend as much time we can with each other. So our friendship has now become a relationship, and when this happens the next step is if you want to start a family together, then you get married and have children. Once you have talked about just about everything that is to talk about, both of you know what to do when something comes up, like who gets up to change the dippers at 3 a.m. For if one has to work, that is the one that needs to sleep so they can work. If we say it is your turn and then they are so tired when they go to work and fall asleep they could get fired, and then there would be no money to pay the bills. So there is some things that just cannot happen within the home and with the work that needs to be done within the home. So if they had gone through stage 2 and talked about everything that come up, they would not have been fighting to get their own way. So this is why many people fight, is they want their own way, and that is the way it is going to be within you when it comes to your relationship with anyone. If you do not sit and talk about all the things that come up, then when the time comes all you will do is fight over who is right and get their way. Unless there was a way to get all of them classes on stage 2, all they will do is fight, and fight over all the little things that are important to them, for it seems like if they win the fight they could win more and more of the things that seem to be important to them, when all that time they should have talked about it and come to an understanding on what to do with it come up. So no fighting at all, but just to do what they have come to agree upon. With that in mind, not much you can do, because they missed stage 2 of their friendship that turned into a marriage instead of a friendship that turned into a relationship and then marriage. Now I think they all should have read this too. Maybe you can let them read this and let them see what they missed right from the beginning. Once they realize that is what they missed, they might stop fighting and start leading to get along. You never know. MJR.